Hello, everyone. Dr. Bower-Phipps here. I'm going to show you what you need to do for today's assignment and also how to find the answer keys for yesterday's assignment. So, yesterday's assignment, the assigned 424, due 427, all of the answer keys for this unit are under the Unit 6 covalent bonding topic in your Google Classroom. So, if you let's see if I can do this. Oh, no, here. So if you click on the answer keys to covalent work, all the answer keys for for yesterday's assignment and all the future ones are going to be posted right there. So make sure that you're checking there. For today's work, you're going to be working on drawing covalent compounds. So there are two parts to this. So first, you're going to go check your answers for yesterday's. Then you're going to watch this video. Good job. Next, you're going to read the notes. So there are notes that are attached to this in a Google Doc form that look like this. And next, there's also a Google Slides component. So this is the one that I'm going to be working with. We're going to use this sort of like a fake piece of paper because I can't look at your pieces of paper as easily. So this is the way that I'm going to check and see if you can draw covalent compounds. So you're also going to need your periodic table handy. Remember that you can find your periodic table in the resource library. The resource library has our periodic table available. So make sure that you have your periodic table handy that you can use. All right, to draw covalent compounds, first you need to figure out how many valence electrons each element has to start with. So for our first example, we're going to do the compound F2. So we're going to find F on our periodic table. Here is F right here. It's in the 7A column. So that means that each fluorine has 7 valence electrons, right? That's start one. Each fluorine has 7 valence electrons. Figuring out which one should go in the middle, there's just 2 atoms, so they're going to be connected to each other. This in red is the compound you're going to try to make. This is your sort of scratch pad. So if you want to make more copies of these, just use your cursor so that you have the little crosshairs, see the up and down and side to side arrows. If you do Control C or Command C, or you can do File, you can do a copy and paste of this. We want to make more F, so we have one F, and I'm going to do Control V or Command V. We need 2 Fs. We're going to put them next to each other because we're going to bond them together. The second step is to arrange the atoms and draw their valence electrons around them. Remember that each fluorine is going to have 7 valence electrons. So to show those 7 valence electrons, I have all of my valence electrons over here. Some of them come in pairs, some of them come in singles. If you need more copies of these, then you can just copy and paste. I'm going to click and drag these around. So each fluorine should have 7. 2, 4. You can turn these to the side by clicking on the little dot at the top. Turn it to the side there. 2, 4, 6. I can use my arrow keys to move it also. 6 and 7. Notice that I'm putting the one, remember we have top, bottom, side to side, just 4 sides to put these valence electrons on. And I'm going to put the single one closest to the other one because those single ones are what are going to be used to make the bond. So 2, 4, 6, 7 for that fluorine. We also need 7 for this fluorine. So to make it faster, I'm going to click there and hold down my Shift key. Oops, not that one. Hold down the Shift key until you select each of those other electrons. Maybe that's too hard. I'm going to copy and paste those electrons there to there. To there. Paste again. These ones I need to turn around. To there. And then I need one more to the side. So both of my fluorines now have 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 for that one, 7 for that one. Now let's go back to our step-by-step instructions. We figured out the valence electrons, check. We figured out which atom should go where. Check. We arranged them and drew their valence electrons. Now we're on step 4. We're going to place a line between the single or unpaired electrons. These are the bonds. So see how these two single electrons are near each other? I'm going to take these purple pieces and make the bond. So here, and I can click on those two little dots and change the size of it too. So there's my bond. Da, 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 da. These two electrons are being shared in between. So now if I want to do step 5, make it pretty, I'm going to do these same steps again a little bit, but skip drawing the two electrons in the middle. Just show them as bonds. So here I'm going to make my fluorines and move them down here. I'm going to take my all of my electrons out there, copy and paste those. I'm doing a Control-C, Control-V, or Command-C, Command-V. I'm actually going to take these things and copy them again. And if I need to make it opposite of that. Oops, not that one. Oops. Come back. If I take these ones, now I can just move them over with arrow keys to where I want them to go. Arrow keys, move on over. If you resize them, you can always undo it and go back to what it was. And now to make this look a little bit cleaner, I'm just going to put the purple bond in between, but not show the two dots that were connecting it. So this is my final structure. And what I'm going to do is put a box around that final structure by inserting a shape. And the shape that I'm going to insert is showing you what my final answer is. So I'm going to put a box around this to say, we want to make it a transparent box, and I'm going to make the color green to show that this is my final answer. Da, 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 da. All right, there's fluorine. I'm going to do 2 more examples with you. H2O. That means that there are 2 H's, 1 O. Each H has 1 valence electron, and each O has 6 valence electrons. So let's draw that. We've got our H, and we need another H, 2 H's, 1 O, 2 H's, 1 O. Each H has 1 valence electron. Here's my 1 for the H. Here's my 1 for that H. Each O has 6 valence electrons. So 2, 4, and then 5. Control-C and Control-V to make another copy of it, or Command-C, Command-V. So this is what my valence electrons look like. Each hydrogen has 1, and the oxygen has 2, 4, 5, 6. But notice that these ones are not in a great location to bond. We can change what side they're on. So I'm going to move this one away and move this one here so that these two are right next to each other, ready to bond. I'm going to scoot this around again and move it back to where it needs to go. So now you can see that each one still has the same number of valence electrons as before. H has 1, H has 1, and oxygen has 2, 4, 5, 6. Those 2 single ones remain unpaired. These are going to be your bonding ones. So let me place the bonds. I'm going to connect those 2. And I'm going to connect these 2. Here are my bonded electrons. This is much easier to do if you have paper and pencil, so it's fine if you want to do those ones instead. So now let's clean it up. If I were to make my oxygen the way it was before, I can show my oxygen here, my hydrogen here, my hydrogen here, my 2 pairs of valence electrons there on oxygen. These are the non-bonding pairs, the unshared pairs. And then I need 2 lines in the middle to show that my 2 hydrogens are connected with bonds. Here's my final structure. I'm going to insert another box, a shape, the box shape. Here's my final answer. I'm gonna make it transparent so I can see through it and make my shape green. Da 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 da, there's my final answer. Yay, H2O, we made a water molecule. The final one I'm gonna do is CH4, 1C, 4 H's. H again has 1 electron, C has 4. And because there's just 1 C, I'm gonna put that one in the middle. So here's my C, and I need 4 H's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 H on the top, 1 H on the bottom, 1 H on the side, 1 H on the other side. Okay, carbon had 4 valence electrons to start. So that means I'm going to draw in my, moving them up, moving them up. Thanks for your patience. One there. One there. Oh, come back. Control C, Control V. One there. And another one there. Those are my 4 carbon electrons. Now I need one for each hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to move those to where they need to go. One for that hydrogen, one for that hydrogen, one for this hydrogen, and one for this hydrogen. So each hydrogen starts out with 1, and each carbon starts out with 4. So now I need to make my bonds. I'm going to connect these two here. I'm going to connect these two here. I'm going to connect this one and this one. And then I'm going to connect these two here. All right, there's my CH4. You can see that this C is connected here, 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 and here. Now let's clean it up. I'm going to copy and paste my C's and H's. I'm selecting more of them by holding down the Shift key and clicking on each of them. And then I'm going to Control C, Control V to move all of those things down here and out of the way. This is where I'm going to make my finished structure. Now I'm going to move all 4 of the bonds, but not the single electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4 selected by holding down the Shift key. Now Control C or Command C and Control V. Now I can move each of these ones over like this. That's what my finished structure looks like. So I'm going to put a box around it, insert, shape, box. Here is my finished shape. Make it transparent and make it green. All right. This is how you make Lewis structures. Sorry, this is on the computer and not in person. Good luck. Email me if you have questions.